Welcome back, Bank on It Podcast, episode 25. Shout out to Anthony Epps. I'm going to go Anthony Epps.
I want Barry Bonds.
Yeah, Barry Bonds. I mean, look, I'm a big Barry Bonds fan, too. For the longest time, he was my favorite baseball player.
Hey, man, the dude can hit the ball. I don't care if he was on
I think he might be the greatest of all time.
He might be. I mean, that's a discussion. He's definitely in the conversation, but he's not in the Hall of Fame, so.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
and
ridiculous.
Probably never will be. But anyway, welcome back. We're presented by the Appalachian Newspapers, and as always, joined by regional sports editor Randy White, and from the Mingo Messenger, Josh Blankenship. I'm Wes, and we are brought to you by City Tire and Auto. City Tire and Auto has moved. Go visit our new location at 110 Freddie Lane, right off the South Mayo Trail, directly across from Pikeville Floral, or call 606-437-3005.
We're also brought to you by Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps. If you're looking for quality care for loved ones, look no further than Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps. Both facilities treat your loved ones with care and respect. They offer therapy, daily activities, exquisite cuisine, and home-like settings to make your family members feel at home. Call to schedule an appointment today. At Cedar Creek, call Jessica Thacker at 432-8243, and at Good Shepherd, call 456-8725. Caring for your loved ones is what we do best.
Yeah, and go check out www.visitpikeville.com to check out all of the things that the city of Pikeville has to offer, including the beautiful East Kentucky Expo Center, where you can see we are now on the second floor, the nice backdrop of the city. But go to visitpikeville.com to check out everything coming up in the city in the coming months. And I guess the first thing we're going to talk about today is you guys covered some of the wooden bat classics around the county.
Yeah, I covered the Shelby Valley one. Josh covered the Hatfield-McCoy over there at Mingo. Josh, if you want to talk about yours first, and we'll jump into that one.
Well, a lot of the teams that were in this was like we had Phelps, Mingo Central, Tug Valley, Twin Valley, Virginia. Mm-hmm. I know I really haven't watched them at all, but Belfry, Phelps, and Tug Valley and Mingo Central, I've watched all those.
Yeah.
Now, the Classic itself felt like it brought fun back to baseball.
Yeah.
Like seeing the kids out there, they were enjoying using the wooden bats, but I mean the games were really, really close, and you got to see a lot of competitiveness.
Yeah, with the wooden bat classics, I mean it gives kids a different perspective on the game. Everybody's using these new composite bats, and and we'll talk about the Lyndel Potter in just a minute. Mm-hmm. You're seeing balls flying out the yard, but with these bats, I mean, it's a different feel. I mean, up at Shelby Valley, they had Shelby Valley in there, Sheldon Clark, Letcher Central. It was just a 2-day event. Each team played 2 games. Shelby Valley lost both of theirs, but, still good experience for those kids to get in there and get that wooden bat. And it like Josh said, it's a fun little thing. And Josh, Mingo Central won theirs over there, beat Phelps. I mean, talk about that championship a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. There was a lot of great fielding. Mm-hmm. And I watched the center fielder for Mingo Central make a diving catch, and everybody in the stands was going crazy. Mm-hmm. That's one of the first times in a baseball game I've seen that happen, other than when an umpire might make a bad call or something like that. But I saw a lot of big hits. I know my boy Levi at Mingo Central, Levi Davis, he had a couple huge hits that smacked off the fence. Now, I didn't have any home runs. Yeah. But, I mean, there was definitely some shots. But I think if they would have had the aluminum bats, we would have seen some.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. Home runs, you're probably not going to see as much pop on the ball with these kids that are used to using the composite and the aluminum bats. All of a sudden, switch up to the wooden bats.
And that's what makes the wooden bats fun, is because it's a different take on the game. It's an old school way of playing for these kids.
A lot of small ball.
And years ago you would see a lot of wooden bat classics. Then over the years they kind of dwindled away, and now they're starting to make a resurgence a little bit. I think this was the second year over there at the Hatfield-McCoy, first year up at Shelby Valley. So you're starting to see a few more. But speaking of home runs, Lyndel Potter, 32 total home runs in 2 days.
It's insane.
8 teams played 4 games each, 32 total home runs.
I mean, that's hard to wrap
the
your head around.
The ball was flying out.
Were there any? Did anybody come to bat that didn't hit a home run? Is the question.
Pikeville did not hit any home runs, and Lawrence, out of the 8 teams, neither team had a home run. Tates Creek hit 12 as a team. Garrard County hit 8 as a team. Pike Central had 3. Letcher Central had 5, and East Ridge even had 2, I think. So, I mean, the ball was just flying out there. I mean, every game there was something. Hillbilly Days, the weather there delayed on. There was supposed to be 2 fields. They played on the one field Friday night. I think Pikeville got done at 1:30 in the morning. come back around, play at 10 a.m. the next day, and they play all night. So, I mean, just a fun tournament, the Lyndel Potter. I mean, it's one of those ones, everybody circles every year. Such a great tournament. Tate's Creek, and they went 3-1. Clay County went 4-0 in the event. Pikeville went 2-2. Pike Central won the game. East Ridge went 0-4. So, I mean, some good games down there, though. I mean, it was really fun.
Well, it sounds like, anybody who got a chance to go out for that definitely got to see some entertaining. So, the ball leaving the yard that much has got to be entertaining.
I've seen, more and more home runs in softball over the years, but I've never seen anything like that. You would see kids hit 2-3 home runs in a game. It was just crazy. But what an entertaining game and entertaining tournament. Just a great thing that Pikeville does there with the Lyndel Potter tournament, keeping her. They always do the memorial. They have all of her information up.
Well, man, and I'll say this. It's like the kids want to hit the ball more when you put the wooden bat in their hand. Yeah. Like you see kids that, I covered Mingo and Tug and Phelps and stuff like that, but sometimes they go on slumps. They don't really hit the ball with those middle bats. But then, they get up there with those wooden bats, and it's all about hitting that ball. No, you don't see anybody go down just looking at the last pitch.
Yeah. But the softball, these girls with these composite bats now, they're just ripping the cover off.
Yeah.
Ripping the cover off. So, that was fun. And we've got plenty of highlights from all these tournaments coming up. Any last thoughts on any of these tournaments, guys?
We want to say thank you again to our sponsors, Presbyterian Homes of Cedar Creek and Good Shepherd at Phelps, as well as City Tire and Auto Center and the City of Pikeville at www.visitpikeville.com. Stick around and check out some of the highlights from the Lyndel Potter Classic and the wooden bat tournaments from around the county. Okay, and speaking of lighting it up, the Masters, which is, obviously the biggest golf tournament of the year, was this past weekend. Tiger Woods looks like he may be back.
He's back. He won the major. I mean, that's the major of all majors. I know Josh got a little hot take on Tiger as well.
Yeah, I do want to talk about Tiger Woods, matter of fact. Like, I think that this Masters that he just won, I think it at least solidifies him, as one of the best sports icons, maybe the biggest sports icon of our modern generation.
I don't know that I disagree with that.
I don't know if I disagree.
But I still don't feel like he's the greatest golfer of all time.
I didn't say that.
And he's in the conversation with, all-time athletes. But he's in the conversation. I don't know if he's the best at anything, but he's in the conversation with I think he's the most important golfer of all time. I don't know if he's, necessarily.
The man wins, guys. That's what matters.
He wins it
well.
well.
So did Jack.
So did Jack. And, Tiger, obviously, when it comes to money, for sure is winning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think he was the first billionaire athlete, right?
I think so. Him or Jordan won. Him or Jordan.
And, it's been 11 years since he won his last major. He's now, 2 away from Jack?
2 away from Jack now.
So, it's within sight. And listen, I don't think, and I was definitely one of these people that thought Tiger would never win another major.
I didn't either. I didn't even expect him to.
I didn't see it.
No.
I didn't expect
But is there
anybody
who draws a crowd like Tiger?
No.
Who draws the attention? I can see what Josh's take is.
Yeah, I get that.
I totally get it. But, there's so many great athletes out there right now and old-timers. He's definitely in the discussion, though.
Well, and for him to be able to do what he just did at the biggest golf tournament on the biggest stage, he definitely moves the needle like few athletes in the world do in any sport. So, I guess maybe I'm talking myself into agreeing with you.
How many guys are out on the golf course today or yesterday just because of that?
Yeah.
Well, and after 2 knee surgeries, and I think
his comeback is incredible. His fall was one of the hardest falls in sports history. For him just to come back and win the Masters, if he does nothing else, that's incredible in and of itself.
And this might just be my personal belief, but golf didn't feel right when Tiger left, the way he left.
I would absolutely agree. It's not had the same draw. It's not had the same excitement. Tiger definitely brings all that stuff.
And I feel certain the ratings would be able to back that up. I don't think as many people watch. There for several years. I didn't come around to really watching the game of golf until, Tiger was really in his prime back in, the early part of the 06, 07, right before everything kind of went sideways for him. So, he makes the casual golf fan tune in, especially on Sundays, to see those final rounds if he's in contention. Yeah. And I have no hard data in front of me to prove this, but I would guess that this was one of the most watched Masters.
It would have to be. I've not seen any ratings come out yet, but it has to be. After all that time, 11 years without a major, it's got to be. And he captivates people.
And it just goes to show you that people love a second chance. People love a comeback.
Yeah, and his fall from grace, most of that started was not even golf related.
Yeah.
It was personal stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why he fell so hard. Whatever you thought about his golf game was irrelevant to the stuff, was why most people jumped off that bandwagon. So just to see him persevere, that's what sports is about.
Yeah, there's not too many athletes that would have to go on to public television, have a press conference, and apologize for having an extramarital affair.
Yeah, there's not.
That's some Tiger Woods stuff.
Only Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's definitely some Tiger Woods stuff. So I guess congratulations, Tiger Woods. Obviously, I'll be rooting for him. I'm not like a huge Tiger fan. I guess I'm indifferent. I watch golf to see Tiger play, but I'll be rooting for him to beat Jack's record.
Whether he does or not, I'll be paying attention to him. But I like Jack still.
Let me ask this: if he does win another one, where does that put my take then?
Well, the more he wins, the more your take gets validation. But in this annals of all time sports,
go Tiger.
You've got to look at, your Babe Ruths, your Muhammad Ali's, your Michael Jordan. There's a lot of people in that conversation who influence of all time.
In our lifetime, he's as big as they come. I'm definitely coming around to that, and he for sure moves the needle like nobody ever has in golf, and has made it, more more mainstream, which, golf's always been mainstream to some degree, but it's pulled even people like myself who weren't fans of watching golf on TV. I kind of came around because Tiger made it electric. It was fun to watch. So we'll see what happens with him, going down the road. He's 2 away from Jack. He could very easily break that record. And then, we have the NBA playoffs going on. I've been kind of out of the loop, guys, on this. I'll be honest.
The man's had a busy few days.
I've had a very busy few days with Hillbilly Days and concerts and things like that going on. So I'm definitely behind on the NBA. But, it looks like to me,
Golden State last night blew a 31-point lead.
Yeah, to the Clippers.
To the Clippers, and Cousins is out for the season. Yeah. The rest of the playoffs. He's done toward his quad.
Well, and Cousins is going to be a free agent at the end of the year, right?
He signed a 1-year contract.
I think that might hurt his chances of getting a bigger deal.
Well, that's why he was on the Golden State in the first place, because he got injured last year.
Well, it was like a prove it deal.
And he was trying to prove that he was worth a max. Now he gets injured again. Anybody going to pay max money for him now? I don't think so.
Well, let's just throw this out there. Golden State is invincible a team as they've looked. They don't blow 30-point leads in the playoffs.
No.
I mean, that's a team that most people feel like can put it on cruise control in the regular season, flip the switch when the playoffs come around, and kind of cruise into another NBA title, which I think most people thought they would do.
Yeah.
To blow a 30-point lead to the Clippers is
talented. They are.
They're young. They're young.
Well, Lou Williams went off. I saw that.
Lou Williams can play. Gallinari can play. But, I mean, it's like if you look at them, they're young talent, and then they're like ragtag veterans. I mean, there's journeymen on there, role players, guys can score. They specialize in different things.
Well, and I'll tell you what, boys, I just think the fact and the way they play Gilgeous-Alexander is a huge part of their success, because he's probably going to guard one of your better perimeter players that he goes up against. Yeah, because he's like 6'6", and like he can shoot.
Yeah,
he can score.
He doesn't have to score to affect the game either. He can do it with his assists, his defense. But, some of the other things in the playoffs that's going on early has been some of the upsets from the underdog seeds. The lower seeds have been getting wins. But to me, the biggest things besides the Golden State loss last night was just the dunk from Giannis the other night. He comes up with a steal, takes one dribble from his end of the floor to the other end, and jumps from the free throw line and dunks it. Incredible athlete. I mean, the kid is coming into his own. He's arguably the MVP this year, him or James Harden, and he's in the conversation right now, I believe, for the best player on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. I mean, this kid is, he's doing all this basically without a jump shot.
Without a jump shot.
I mean, he's not a guy that hits it from the perimeter with any type of consistency. So he's basically just taking people to the rack. He plays insane defense. He's a legit 7-footer. Who has point guard skills, which, I mean, a lot of people will probably compare him to KD, but he almost seems bigger and stronger than KD.
He's way faster, too. Yeah. Like, he's got a quicker first step, maybe. And then, like, if he gets inside the three-point line, guys,
he finds
it's a dunk.
Yeah, he finds
a dunk.
Basket. I mean,
so, just going around real quick, who comes out of the East? Who do you like in the East?
Gun to the head, outside the Bucks right now, just because of the way Giannis is playing.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, they've got the best record in the NBA in the regular season. Even better than the Warriors.
I could still see the Celtics making a run. If the Sixers can get it
together,
which I don't know if they can. I see them, and Toronto's still in the mix. The East, I think, is more competitive than the West, but the West, I think Golden State until they lose 3 in a row, until somebody knocks them off consistently.
All right, so we also had a couple of local athletes sign letters of intent to play on the next level this week.
Yeah, last week, Pikeville's Christian Builder and Connor Roberts, teammates, signed to play together at the next level at center, which is really cool. 2 friends, 2 teammates, known each other a while, going on to the next level to play at center. They're going to play football. And then this morning, actually, Shelby Valley's Cameron Worrix signed with Lloyd, so they're getting a tough defender. Congratulations to all 3 guys. We got interviews coming up. If y'all want to stick around, check out the interviews and hear what the guys have to say.
Yeah, stick around, check those out. And congratulations again to Connor Roberts, Christian Billiter, and Cameron Worrix for making it to the next level. I'm sure they will do their hometown proud. So thanks again for joining us for the Bank On It podcast, episode 25, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Yes, sir. I've always looked forward to this, and college basketball has always been a goal of mine. I'm grateful I get the opportunity to play. It is. I'm thankful for all my family always being here for me, my friends, and my coaches always pushing me. I'm just thankful for everybody. Shelby Valley always holds a place in my heart. This is what instilled in me hard work and passion in basketball. I'm thankful for this opportunity. I just look forward to what happened on the next level.
It is, and Cameron's, we've gotten really close over the last 4 years, and he's kind of like a son to me, and I've spent a lot of time with him, not just on the court but off the court. But looking at how much that he's grown over the last 4 years, and where he was 4 years ago, I was kidding him about it the other day. He come in, he really didn't look like a basketball player. He was a little chubby, but make a long story short, he's worked really hard and has put in the time, and it's something that has been a dream of his. He's wanted to do, and we hate to see him go, but he's been a big part of what we've done the last 4 years, and then this year, having the year that we had, he played a huge part of that, and I'm real excited for him and his future, and Cameron, is a really good basketball player, but he's a really good student too. So, he's looking at majoring in physical therapy, and he's going to be a very productive person in life on down the road. I mean, that's something that really caught Coach Hammond's eye, Alice Lloyd, is how hard he plays, and also, what a good defender he is. He's a good offensive player, but he's just as good as a defender too. So, there's no. There's some kids that are talented than others, but you can't measure what's inside, and that's when you look at him, and he's about 5'10", but you can't measure how big his heart is, and that shows when he steps on the court, whether it's practice or game. He's always played really hard.
Well, he's a heady player. He's really smart on the floor. He sees the floor well. He handles the ball really good. A lot of people say that it's going to be hard for him to make college. It's a hard adjustment, yes, but I think with his quickness and his ball handling and his knowledge of the game, it'll help him. He'll eventually get used to it. Biggest thing is getting used to the speed and strength. It's so much faster and stronger. I thought he done really good. I've got a lot of veteran point guards coming back, and I thought he actually held his own pretty good with them. And I think after a couple years' experience, he'll be one to reckon with in the future. He's a winner. He's won a lot of ball games. So, competitiveness is great. And anytime that you can come in and you can compete every day and you bring that, and that's what he does. He brings competitive, brings a little edge to it. He's got a little edge to his game. He won't back down, and that's good. And that's what happens when you've been winning so long, and he's used to being a winner.
I mean, it's a great feeling just to know, I'm going to have my friend Connor here. We've been friends since like 7th grade. You should know that we're both going to be going down there to play the game that we love the most and work hard at it. So it's an amazing day.
Connor?
We had a ton of people out here to watch us sign. It was just great for the community and everything. And, they supported us our entire high school career, basically. And I couldn't be more thrilled to be able to go down there and play 4 more years of football with one of my best friends.
Yeah, it was Connor. He had an offer from Senior, and after the football season ended, everybody was like, it'd be great if you and Christian go down and play college together. I didn't have that offer, and then all of a sudden they just called my phone up, and I was on it. I wanted to go down there. I want to play football with Connor because I know that everybody else would like to see that, and I especially wanted to see that because I think it would be something special.
Yeah, Connor, just kind of talk about the chemistry that you've had with Chris, being a quarterback, him your receiver, being a point guard, he being a forward. It seems like you're always looking for a Christian, and you all kind of support each other. Just talk about that and continuing that at the next level.
Yeah, even on the football field, if it's 4th down or something, I got to go to one guy. Christian's going to be the dude I'm going to. We just have really good chemistry. Like you said, on the football field, on the court and everything. Even if it's just hanging out after practice or whatever, we're normally always together, and it just seems like that always ends up playing a role on the football field or basketball court. Yeah, it was great for not just us, but for the community and everything. They had our back the entire time. They were there at the state championship. We had a ton of fans, and it's great for everybody, really.
Yeah, and just kind of talk about, all the memories you've made here at Christian. Basketball, going to the state tournament, triple overtime games, football field. Just kind of talk about what your time here at Pikeville's really meant because, you all have done some special things here together.
Yeah, we have done some special things here together. Those things are just stuff we're going to forget. We'll look at it like junior year or something like that. Like, man, remember this one time we did this, because there's just so many that we've done. Pikeville has such a rich, championships. Championships. And I'm just glad that me and Carter could be a part of that and just help him get those.
Well, it was around this time last year. It was during Hibble days. I was walking around. I got a Coach Collett, who used to be a coach there. He left, but he recruited me really hard. He was from Paintsville. I went down on a visit, and I loved it ever since I went down there. There were some other schools that were recruiting me, but I just felt like as far as academics and athletics combined go, that would be the smartest decision for me to make.
Yeah, there was a bunch of colleges, like he said, like just recruiting like us, but I just, like he said, like Center just has such great academics, and I know like out of all those other colleges that I'm going to get a better future if I went to Center and then play in a very well D3 football team. I mean, it just means everything. You know, Pop was always going to be home. No matter where I go, no matter where I'm at, I know Pop was always going to be my home, and I'm going to miss this place, but I know I'll come back after I'm done at Center.
I mean, there's so many memories I made here. I couldn't thank everybody enough, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that they're both going to be able to go to Center and play together and go to school together, get a great education, be a part of a successful football program. You know, we've had Cody step down the past 4 or 5 years, and now he's leaving, and these guys stepping right in, so it gives us another reason to go to them. But I'm really happy for these guys because of the work they put in. They deserve this, and, and I'm just excited for their future and to see what it holds as far as football-wise, and just to watch them as they pick a major and what they're going to go into, because I know they'll be successful in whatever they choose to do. It is, and I think coming, you know, here at Pikeville High School, we had an emphasis on academics as well, and I think going into a place like Center, that's going to help them. But more than anything, just the structure it gives them as they go. They're going to have to learn, you know, a little more time management, how to put, you know, a college athletic career and then academics, how to juggle all that. But those two guys, both of those guys are smart, and they'll pick it right up. But, really happy for them, and just the network that Center has to be able to say that you graduated from Center, and the network of people that are around the state, around the country that can help them out in the future. It is, and first and foremost, those two are good friends, and they've been good friends for a long time, and I think a lot of that was built on athletics, playing basketball together, football together, running track, doing, you know, and just running around town, just being boys and having a big time. But two really good guys come from two good families, and I know that football-wise, you know, the past 2 years especially, they've had a special connection, and I know that Connor always had that safety blanket, Christian out there wide that he knew could make a play for him.